Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be talking about how it looks like future Grand Theft Auto titles and Rockstar titles, so like GTA 6, the expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5, might be more expensive than a normal video game you could go buy right now. Because the other day, Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick actually talked about how gamers are ready for $70 games. So, as I'm sure you guys know right now, when a new game comes out, if you're getting like the normal edition, it's pretty much going to be $60, $59.99. And this has been the price for actually a good bit. Now, this would not be the first time in which Strauss Zelnick, who is the CEO of Take-Two Interactive, parent company of Rockstar Games, has said that $70 games is not only what's going to be coming, but is an extremely modest price change. Back in August of 2020, he ended up saying pretty much the exact same thing, that he believes $70 prices are the future and that this is an extremely modest price change. Well, just the other day at the Morgan Stanley Technology, Media, and Telecom Conference, Take-Two boss Strauss Zelnick was asked for his views on the reaction to one of their game's price points and what it means for games prices in the future. Now, the game he's talking about is NBA 2K21, which is $70 for the next generation versions on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. And so the reason this is important is because Take-Two Interactive is going to be the one that calls the shots as far as what the price of Rockstar's next game is going to be. Again, whether that's GTA 6, expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5, which I think we know is obviously going to be coming out beforehand. But how would you feel if the next GTA game is $70 instead of $60? Would you be okay with that price? Would you not be okay with that price? You guys can let me know in the comments down below, but this is what Strauss Zelnick had to say. He said, "We announced a $70 price point for NBA 2K21. Our view was that we're offering an array of extraordinary experiences, lots of replayability, and the last time there was a frontline price increase in the US was 2005, 2006. So we think consumers were ready for it," Zelnick said. And he's not wrong there. Since 2005, video games have been roughly $60, and they have not changed since. And we're obviously in 2021 right now. And if you just calculate inflation, if you were to say, like, what is $60 in 2005 and now what is it in 2021? Well, $60 in 2005 is now worth $80 today. So if we were just going on inflation alone, technically video games should be more expensive. And if you wanted to match that same price, it should be roughly $80. Now, I know that's not the end-all be-all as far as what a price should be versus what it was a few years ago, but it is just something to keep in mind here. Now, he did not suggest that all future games were going to be $70, instead suggesting that the company needs to focus on providing a level of content that justifies that price point. He said, "We haven't said anything about pricing other titles so far, and we tend to make announcements on a title-by-title basis. But I think our view is that we want to always deliver more value than what we charge. Make sure the consumer has the experience and the experience of paying for it. Both are positive experiences," he explained. "We all know anecdotally that even if you love a consumer experience, if you feel you were overcharged for it, it ruins the experience. You don't want to have it again. If you go to a great restaurant, a really, really fine restaurant, have a great meal and great service, then you get the check and it's double what you think you should be, you're never going back." And so he says, "So we always want to make sure the customer feels like we deliver much more than we ask in return, and that's true for our current consumer spending as well. We're an entertainment company. We're here to capitalize and engage consumers, and if we do that, then monetization follows." So he does bring up a good point here that it's not necessarily going to be about the price. Instead, it's going to be how much each version of a game ultimately offers. And I honestly think this is going to be a controversial price tag. Yes, it is an increase of $10, but $10 is a lot in the grand scheme of things, especially if you end up purchasing a lot of games, and that can be a lot of money for a lot of people. I remember when I was in middle school, high school, I had my first job, and I was saving up to get these video games. Like, $60 was a big deal. And raising that price is obviously going to have an impact on some people as well. So here's kind of my view on it. I think for some of Take-Two Interactive's games, the $70 price tag is probably okay, like especially the Rockstar titles. Like think about Grand Theft Auto, Red Dead Redemption. Like you are getting so much value for what you spend on that. I mean, you're probably getting like 60 hours worth of gameplay and even endless if you choose to do other things. So you really are getting a ton. But a sports title like NBA 2K, where it doesn't really change and it's also annual, so you're going to have one each year, I don't think that game needs to be $60. But something like a Rockstar title that comes out once every 6, 7, 8 years, I could totally see being okay with $70, especially because Rockstar have really never disappointed with a game they've come out with. You know, their quality assurance teams and developers are working all over the place to make sure when their game is released, it's super polished. So it's not like you're going to throw $70 on something and then it's just going to be like a total mess. So I always think in that aspect, it's probably going to be worth it. So it will be interesting to see what Rockstar does in terms of pricing the expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5, and obviously when GTA 6 rolls around, what that price is going to be. If I was a betting man, I would say they're going to be $70, at least GTA 6. Now, because Grand Theft Auto 5 at the end of the day is a game we all experienced back in 2013, they may not make that one $70. I feel like that one would make a couple people mad. Honestly, I think the expanded and enhanced version should probably be less than $60 just because at the end of the day, it is an older game. Now, granted, there's going to be a lot of new things in the expanded and enhanced version, but at the end of the day, it's GTA 5, and we've had that since 2013. So it really does make you wonder what Rockstar is going to price both those. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments down below, and it's interesting to see what they will do with Grand Theft Auto, because there was a PlayStation blog report that came out the other day that says Grand Theft Auto 5 was the top downloaded game on PS4 in the US and Canada in February, and the second most downloaded game in the EU. And the only game that was downloaded more in the EU was FIFA 21. I mean, this is insane that a game that essentially came out 7 years ago is beating and being downloaded more so than all these other new titles that have come out like this year. To me, that is just crazy. So again, I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. What price do you think GTA 6 is going to be? What price do you think the expanded and enhanced version of Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to be? Let me know what you guys are thinking in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and Red Dead Redemption videos that I'm doing here on my channel. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.